Hey guys, Fabrizio Romano has become the most popular and perhaps the most reliable football journalist of the past few years. When people talk about transfer deals, his name pops up automatically and millions of fans follow the Italian for the most exclusive and accurate information out there. But how much do we know about Fabrizio's human side? How does he live? Which team does he support? And what has made him a phenomenon in the transfer world? That's all we'll mention in today's episode. Here we go, let's! Fabrizio Romano started his journalistic career at a very young age. From the age of 17, he began to write articles for small Italian football websites. And at 18, he moved to Milan and released his first bits of exclusive news. One day, an Italian agent, whose name Fabrizio doesn't disclose, made a contact with him and pulled him to work at the Masia Youth Academy in Barcelona. Thus, young Romano had the perfect opportunity to follow the updates on the Blaugranas' young players' transfers and be the first to report such unique information. Fabrizio developed good relationship with many young players, especially striker Mauro Icardi and midfielder Gerard Deulofeu. The Argentinian striker, who now represents Paris Saint-Germain, has become the first footballer whose transfer Romano revealed before any other media. Back in 2013, Icardi came close to joining Inter from Sampdoria. Negotiations were underway, but the move itself was supposed to take place in the summer of 2014. Thanks to an anonymous agent and Icardi himself, Fabrizio provided highly accurate information about the deal and began to earn respect among the most prestigious Italian journalists of the time. It was not easy when I was starting because people didn't know me. They were trusting me just because they were trusting the person, not the journalist. They didn't know about me and my story. Now it's easier, but every day it's a fight because you always have to be connected, checking in with people and having good relationships. It's not easy to open doors and start contacts with people from different countries, England, Spain, and South America. But now I think it's the best part of my job. The Icardi news was the first big one for me. That's how it started, and I immediately loved this role of a journalist. The transfer market is a jungle. I always say that you expect the unexpected every day, and I like this feeling. In my opinion, it's like playing football in a Champions League match. And when you break this kind of news, it's like scoring a goal in the Champions League final, Romano shared in an interview with Sport Bible. How captivating it is to see that even today, Fabrizio has taken over the entire football journalism market for himself, and now, instead of him trying to get ahead of others, his competitors are the ones who attempt to look better than him by spreading the news faster. However, Romano doesn't get arrogant, as he knows there is another big name behind his success, about whom we are about to tell you in a few seconds. Fabrizio Romano wouldn't have achieved the fame he has today without useful advice from another professional, Gianluca Di Marzio. The popular Italian insider specializes in transfer market too, having a good reputation for his quality coverage of Italian Serie A deals. Di Marzio is also involved in other top leagues matters, but still not as active as his pupil. Gianluca has always focused on his home championship. According to Fabrizio, it was Di Marzio who directly taught him everything he knew, including introducing Romano to many intermediaries and other important personas in the European big clubs. Today, it's these connections that help Fabrizio gather useful data. I started all this with Gianluca Di Marzio. It taught me a lot. His mentality is not only checking information with the club, but also with agents and transfer brokers. I think the secret is to have a good relationship with everyone. We have so many sources at the moment, Fabrizio said in an interview with Bleacher Report Football. So here we have it, guys. Romano is great at what he does, but Di Marzio is also trustworthy and works way ahead of many questionable media sources. This Italian tandem is perfect. Let's make it clear what scheme Fabrizio practices to remain in the limelight as the most reliable transfer source. Firstly, throughout his interviews, the Italian has repeatedly stated that he sleeps only 5 hours a day and spends rest of the time searching for new updates and making phone calls. Romano has at least 50 such calls a day, and in general he spends 16-17 hours a day on the phone. To make up a top transfer insider, Fabrizio calls familiar agents in the first place. According to his stories, they are the main source of all information. If the agent doesn't give him any useful data, he calls the club representatives and communicates with sports directors, with whom he also has respectful and trusting relationship. For example, Inter sports director Pierre Ausilio considers Romano a very decent journalist who is a pleasure to deal with. Well, the third option for Fabrizio is to call footballers themselves. However, according to him, it's the most problematic option because they don't know what is going to happen in their club in the near future. And that's the way things actually are. Most recently, Newcastle midfielder Alan Saint-Maximin asked Fabrizio on Twitter if defender Lucas Dean would join the club, which made many Magpies fans laugh a lot. It appears that Romano really knows more than the players of the clubs he writes about, making it another advantage for the reputation of the Italian journalist. He also works for The Guardian, Sky Sports, and CBS Sports, and is popular on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Millions of people subscribe to his pages, and the amount of likes on Romano's posts are measured in thousands. Not every footballer is monitored the way this guy is. For all his efforts, Fabrizio, of course, receives an appropriate reward. In 2021, the media estimated his fortune at about $1 million, and given the hard work of a journalist, in the upcoming years his situation will only improve. Almost nothing is known about Fabrizio Romano's personal life. He doesn't cover it on social media platforms and has never publicly spoken about his personal life affairs. However, rumors are circulating around the net that the world's best football insider is dating singer and model Greta Jasmine El Mokhtari, who goes by the nickname Blaugranas. Once, attentive media users got to see them together on a podcast arranged by the Transfermarkt portal. Fabrizio shared news with fans, broadcasting them with Greta. Although the girl seems to have nothing to do with the world of football, there seemed to be some spark between them, and Romano really likes being accompanied by this lady. For a moment, he even forgot about the stream and was distracted by the spectacular appearance of the girl. We will not provide all that as a mere fact, but you must admit that the version of them having a relationship looks similar to the truth. Perhaps someday Fabrizio will share this in person, although his curious fans even then began to drop all sorts of jokes. Surely Romano himself was also entertained by them. No less intriguing question: which team Fabrizio personally supports? For a while, this information was shrouded in mystery, but serious evidence was cited on the internet that he is a fan of Manchester United. In one of his videos, still being quite young, Romano called himself a fan of the Red Devils. Listen for yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Manchester United fan and Fabrizio Romano for Sky Sports Italy here reporting for Stretto News TV.
And yet, in early September last year, he released a video in which he assured that he had been supporting Watford for quite a while. Fabrizio started rooting for the Yellow Army in 2013, after witnessing their fantastic comeback against Leicester City in the Championship playoffs, England's second-best division. Yes guys, I'm a Watford fan. I know it's crazy, but this club is part of my life. I really love this club. I love the atmosphere, the badge, and everything else about Watford, Romano said. Okay, Fabrizio, we believe you, but Manchester United fans will definitely not recognize your changes, convincing themselves that you support the Red Devils along with them. Friends, we hope that this video was interesting and useful for you. We have even more quality releases to come, so give a like to our videos and subscribe. Thank you for watching. The Top Football Channel was with you. Bye bye.